Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel, and if you're new, my name is LJ and you're watching NoClutch Garage. And as you may have seen on the title of this video, we're going to be installing MG Flasher on this car. Now I'm sure you're familiar with this car if you've seen my videos before. This is Eric's car. What we're actually going to be doing today is we're going to be installing MG Flasher. I got Eric to agree to let me demonstrate that for you, and there's a reason why we're doing it on this car and not my car. And basically the main reason is that my car is too modified. At this point, it doesn't make sense for me to flash a stage 1 or stage 2 tune on my car if I'm not going to be able to show you how that works. You know, I would be able to just show you the process and not exactly show you any performance or anything like that, because I need a custom tune to run that car. There's way too much going on with it, and so my car has a custom tune on it right now through MG Flasher, but we're going to use this to show you the off-the-shelf maps and show you some of the functionality within the app. There are a few things that we want to do first. First of all, if you have a tune on your car, you want to flash it back to stock. Once you are in stock mode, then we can proceed to flashing the car. Alright, so the first thing that we want to do is we're going to go ahead and download the app from the App Store, and this is on iPhone, so you just look for MG Flasher and the app is right there. It's free, so you know you don't have to pay anything for it. We already downloaded it, so we're just gonna open it. And the first thing you want to do is you're gonna want to create a login, so you're gonna register. Now we already registered, so I'm just gonna have Eric log in for me. Alright, now that we have been logged into the app, what we want to do is we want to go ahead and get the license, right? Because we don't have any licenses right now. So we're gonna go to the website and we're gonna go to MG Flasher. So this is going to come up. You're going to press this button right up here and then go to shop. And when you go to the shop, this is where you can buy your flasher license, your stages, your logger license. You can even buy the little Ethernet adapter. So we're going to go ahead and log in, and I think Eric is already logged in. So right here we have all the products, and let's go ahead and if you were to get the licenses, so we already have the licenses, but basically you would add it to your cart and you would go ahead and check out. As you can see here, the license is $350, and then any stage map would be $99 after that. So it's pretty comparable to other tuning software that there is out there, like MHD and BootMod. Once you have everything, we're gonna go back to the MG app, and what we're gonna want to do is we're gonna want to connect to the car. So we press here, connect, and there is the car. It says not active. So we're gonna go ahead and press sync, and it's gonna sync all our licenses. So we're gonna open the car, and right here we have the flasher license, the OTS map bundle, stage 1, stage 2. Basically what we need to flash this car to stage 2. We don't need the logger license. That's more if you want to do custom tuning, and you can buy that separately. You don't have to buy it. So we're gonna go ahead and redeem these licenses. Obviously we need the flasher license. And right here it tells you some of the features about MG, and honestly these features are really cool, and there's more features coming to this platform. So it says right here, in order to purchase and flash any OTS, a flashing license is required. This is going to be VIN locked, and there are going to be some on the fly options and some other features that are really cool. So you can change the exhaust burble on the fly, so you don't need to reflash every time you change the exhaust burble. You can switch maps on the fly if your tuner can tune you that way to have the different maps. Max cooling, so you can activate max cooling on the fly if your car's hot, if you're doing hit after hit. Obviously speed limit removal, which is pretty standard. Cold start delete, catalytic converter delete, and exhaust flap control. And there will be more things added as this platform develops. So we're gonna go ahead and redeem it, and it's asking you, are you sure you want to lock your purchase to your currently connected car? So the license is going to be VIN locked to the car that you're using. Just make sure to keep that in mind. That means that whenever you flash this car, you won't be able to transfer this license to any other car. So now we have the flasher license, and we also have right here the custom map and the stock map. And for custom map, of course, if you have a tuner that you want to get a custom map with, you can do that. Stock map is to return all the way back to stock. We also have here stage 1 and stage 2 maps, so we're going to go ahead and redeem stage 1. So the product's been assigned to the car. That means that we have it now, and we're going to go ahead and get stage 2 as well. This basically gives you information about what the stage is going to do, and it's telling you right here, use only with high flow downpipe or high flow catalytic converter. This car has a catless downpipe, and it tells you up to 470 horsepower, 479 pound-feet of torque, and that's at the crank. We have to remember that, so it's most likely going to be closer to 410 at the wheels. And it gives you a little bit more information and additional functions: switchable maps, adjustable torque limiter, you can get exhaust burbles, target cooling, and all of this can be configured within the map before we go ahead and flash, and I'll show you all of that. Right now we're gonna go ahead and redeem it. Now we have everything unlocked here, we're gonna go ahead and press activate, and activating is basically gonna flash MG Flasher onto your car. So once you press activate, it gives you a few warnings. It tells you the unlock procedure will take about 4 to 6 minutes. Strongly recommended the Ethernet cable connection instead of the Wi-Fi. We have the Wi-Fi adapter, and honestly I haven't had issues with it, so we're gonna go ahead and keep using it. Put your phone in airplane mode, driver seat belt connected. I usually skip the step, but for the sake of completeness, I'm gonna go ahead and buckle up my seat belt. If your battery is not sufficiently charged, you want to put it up to a charger, and if your car has a Wi-Fi hotspot, go ahead and turn it off, and then we go ahead and start flashing. Alright guys, so now the process has been completed. It says right here, please turn the ignition off and wait 30 seconds. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. And right here at the bottom it tells you how long it took to unlock the car. It took 6 minutes and 14 seconds. So now we're just gonna wait a little bit for the car to go through its basically reset. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go back to the main menu. We're gonna look at the map that we want to flash, and of course we're gonna go ahead and go straight into stage 1 for today. I am gonna make a separate video where we kind of compare stage 1 and stage 2. I'm thinking of maybe using Draggy to look at the results, possibly put it on the dyno and see what the differences are. Basically right now we're just gonna go stage 2. I'm gonna go ahead and put the car back in diagnostic mode. For these cars you only press the button once. I know for the newer cars and Supras you have to press the button 3 times. Let's go ahead and continue, and right here it gives you stage 2 91 or stage 2 93, and in my area in North Carolina we have 93 octane, so we're gonna go ahead and click 93, and then right here is where we have all of our custom options. So we have here switchable maps, and this is for the F-Series B58 only. You can turn that on if you want. We're gonna have to look at the release notes to fully understand this function. I'll make a separate video that's gonna detail all of these custom options a little bit better, because some of this stuff is actually pretty neat. It's kind of advanced, but I want to get a closer in-depth look. Maybe I'll do like the top features of MG Flasher or something like that, but for now we're just going to do a basic flash. If you have a high pressure fuel pump upgraded, you can click that and it'll drop down options. This car is on the stock fuel pump, so we're not going to use that. Gas particle delete. This car is an American car, so it doesn't really have this, but you can go ahead and disable it if you want. Cold start delete. We don't want that. I guess that's more optional. That's more up to preference, but I know that Eric doesn't want this because we like the sound of the car when it's starting up. Most of the time, the cold start is to warm up the cats. It's not really for anything else, so a lot of people like to go ahead and delete it so that it's not so loud and obnoxious. So if your car doesn't have catalytic converters, you go ahead and do the catalytic converter decat delete, and it's going to disable the system monitoring, so that way you don't have a check engine light. So we're going to go ahead and press that. The BMAX, if you want to remove BMAX, which is basically the governor on the car, which will allow you to go over, I believe it's 160 miles an hour on this car, or 155. We want to go ahead and delete that. Exhaust flap always open, so that's going to give you a more aggressive tone to the car. And then we have our burble options here. Right here I'm going to be asking Eric what he wants these bubble aggressiveness to be. So we have, as we move the slider, that's the aggressiveness that we're going to have, and then of course the duration, how long you want it to drone out, when the burbles actually come on. The minimum is OEM 1500, maximum, as you slide forward it actually lowers the RPM, So basically, if you want OEM parameters, you know, all the way up to 6,000 RPM, you're going to be able to hear the burbles at minimum speed. So like at 0 kilometers, well, it wouldn't be 0 kilometers, but you know, 20, 30, you would be able to still hear them. Max speed, 130 kilometers, which is about 75 miles an hour, or you can make it higher. So if you want to hear the burbles at 100 miles an hour when you let off the gas, you can do that. And then we also have this cooling option, which is going to target a certain temperature. So OEM is 110 degrees Celsius. This is ideal for hot climates. So if you lower this, it's going to target a much lower temperature all the time. In North Carolina, the weather right now is kind of cold, so it doesn't really make much sense to lower it a whole lot. So we can leave it at OEM, or if Eric wants it to run a little bit cooler, we can do that. It's always going to be better for the car to run cooler, but not too cool, because we want the oil to be able to lubricate everything. So on my personal car, what I actually did is I lowered it to 100 degrees Celsius. Honestly, you can leave it stock. It really doesn't matter. It's up to the user. And then max cooling on the fly, this is a really cool feature. I'm going to activate it, but basically this is going to allow you to increase the cooling. For example, this could come in handy if you're running on the road, on the street, or if you're running at a track and you want to get the temperatures down fast. Basically, this on-the-fly feature is going to allow you to do that by pressing this button, the sport button up, and then you're going to be pressing the dome light twice, and what you'll see is you'll see the check engine light flicker, and that'll tell you that you've activated it. And you can do that at any moment. So let's go ahead and flash the car. Gives you a few warnings, basically the same warnings that you would get in any other flasher, and the same warnings that we got when we first flashed the car. So let's go ahead and start flashing. Alright, and that flash was pretty quick. Shows you right here, the whole process took 1 minute and 6 seconds. So we're gonna go ahead and turn the car off, wait 30 seconds, and then come back and open the app back up. Alright guys, now it's been about 30 seconds. I went ahead and put the car in diagnostic mode again. There are a few more things that I want to show you guys. There's obviously this page right here called Diagnostic, and you can do several things here. You can get your ECU info, you can read codes. If there are any codes, it'll show you any issues that are pending, and then of course you can clear the codes. It'll clear any code that's on there reading right now. Eric did a little thing to the exhaust flap, so this code's not gonna go away, but usually it would. You can reset the ECU. You can reset some adaptations in here. You can also create backups and restore coding. You can uninstall a flash or do a partial ECU backup, and that's just some of the features here. As you can see here, now we have the status is active, and we're on stage 2.12. So another cool thing is you can press here and, you know, add a picture of your car if you so wish. There's a user manual, frequently asked questions. Yeah, so the user manual will be your best friend if you want to learn some of the on-the-fly features on this car. I will be doing a more in-depth video pretty soon, but right now I wanted to show you how to flash stage 1 or stage 2 on your BMW. Now that we have this done, I'm gonna go ahead and fire it up for the first time. Alright guys, so that has been it for flashing MG Flasher on your BMW 340i. Well, in this case 340i, but really B58 and B48 is pretty much the same process, but this flasher is only available for B58 and B48 currently. I'm sure they're going to be expanding to other platforms or other motors, but for now that's what it's available on, and there are a lot more features coming, and I've been in contact with MG Flasher. They're gonna be letting me know what those features are pretty soon. I'm pretty happy with it. We're gonna be doing some test driving with this once we actually take a deeper look at stage 1 and stage 2. Right now I just kind of wanted to show you how to flash it so that you can get a head start on it. Huge shout out to Eric for letting me use his car for this, and actually that license he gets to keep. If he likes it, he gets to keep it. If he doesn't, he can go back to his old tune. We're gonna be messing around with this a little bit I can't really do much of the testing for stage 1 and stage 2 on my car because my car is just too custom at this point. So me and Eric are gonna have some fun, and look forward to making more videos about this platform for you guys. Guys, if you like what you saw, go ahead and click like, go ahead and subscribe, and you know, leave a comment down below if you have any questions. I'll talk to you next video. Peace.